Like, share, and subscribe. I stumbled on a way to see the blinking, and I asked. Okay, here we are again. And Grandpa's going to try get up his candle chart. And if you can see my mouse moving, you'll know that this is. Oh, you'll know Grandpa's alive. That's what it is. Okay, so what's Grandpa got these cells on here for? I'm going to explain that before I get done. I'm also going to go through the candle charts with you. But prior to that, let's talk about the short term. Well, that would explain why Grandpa's got this here. In the short term, today it went down to 205, and Grandpa bought a bunch of shares. And now Grandpa selling some shares. Just sold one a little over 209 just before I come on the air here. I blinked just as I was doing this. I mean, it failed. And I intend to buy some more down at 203 and 200 and 196 and so on. And what I'm doing and what I have done each and every day is I average down. I buy a few down below, and if I make $5-10, I sell some. Don't have to be the whole ball game. Grandpa's got lots of shares, and even if you got a few shares, you can do this with one share. And that's why the blinking is very important, and also the candles, so that you get a handle on where it may go, what to expect. For tomorrow, Grandpa expects just below 213, right around the 213 area, possibly for a high. Could I be wrong by $10 or more? Absolutely. But that's what I anticipate. And I'm happy with that. Regardless if it goes to 280, I'll be happy with that. If it just keeps sailing up, that's all the merrier for everybody. But what Grandpa believes is going to happen, and I know it's going to happen, beyond the shadow of a doubt, based on the blinking. To blinking today, what was really prevalent today was 203. 203 times 1, that's 100 shares per blink, 20, 30 times a minute. And then they went times 3, 300 shares per blink. And then they went to 4. And they're still doing 4. Like crazy. I mean, they're doing it 30, 40 times a minute at 4, and the price is going up. Now, when they really want it to take off, usually they blink to 4 real hard at 203 when they want to do a bear flag. I shouldn't say it. When they want to do a bear flag, they'll speed her up, and they can pull it down with that. But when they add in 200 with it, blinking, then she comes down like a rocket ship. And they've been goofing around doing this all day. They've used 196.50, 199, 201, 200, 198.60 times 2. They've used all those numbers in conjunction with 203. But 203 is the big dog on the block. We have major substance at the 197, well, actually 196.50 to 200 range, but say 197. 197 to 200, you're going to see that in your future, absolutely. Is it going to go to 280 first, come back down? Grandpa don't know for sure. I think we're going to hit 203 again, though, for sure. Otherwise, I wouldn't be piddling around like I am. So, excuse me. So 203 is absolutely a place. It is the highest up place of substance that we currently have. And it is a place of substance. They have pounded that thing all day. So we will see 203, and you will see 200, and you will see 197 without a doubt in your near future. However, you are also going to see 280, $280. There is more up there that they have committed to at 280 short selling. That you want to sell where they sell. Now, Grandpa's selling a few up here, and I'm going back and forth. I'm improving my average daily. I've brought it down. Try to bring it down a couple bucks a day or $10 or whatever. I can lower my average. I'm in no rush to do it. I'm in more of a rush not to try to overdo it and have it run up on me and get left out. I don't want to get left out of 280. Even though I believe we're going to see 101.07. I don't want to get left out. I think there's a pretty good possibility that we could see at bare minimum the 269, where we have massive substance where they've shorted. That's the first place. And I think there's a real good chance that we could possibly see just at least shy of 269 somewhere before we see the 101. We could actually, they could run us up to 280 and then take us to 101. I just don't know. All I really know is it's going to go to 280, and it's going to I don't know positive about 101. I think 101 because on 10/24/23, pre-market and aftermarket, they went and bought shares, the market makers did, at 101.07. And for no good reason, other than if they already had a bunch there waiting from way back when they took us down there in the past. Let me show you that again on the screen here on the candle chart. We'll go to the weekly. What am I on? The daily? Oh, the daily is a sell signal. Let me try to find the weekly for you. Okay, so here, 101.81, the low on January 2nd of 23. And they're going to go there again. There's no reason, none, why pre-market until 8 o'clock on the 24th at night, they were buying 500 shares per blink, periodically at best, but they were doing it, adding to this position down here. And I believe they're going to go there. I think they showed us in advance. Have I seen them go there since? No. But they might do it after hours today again, or they might wait a few days. 203 is blinking times 400 shares per blink. And I'll guarantee you it's in your future, very near term. If not Friday, Monday. You're going to see all these numbers. And that's just the way it is. Right now, we're currently heading up. Grandpa's hoping I get all these filled up here And I think I will. They'll bounce up like crazy in the morning. I got some more up higher. I hope they all fill. Because in the near term, they're going to go to 203 at a minimum, and I think they're going to take out 200. We've got substance all the way to 197 now. We have what substance to 197. You're going to see it. I'm going to say it. And I believe we're going to 101. But we might not go there till January. So don't panic. Could be next week. But don't panic. I just don't know. No, none of us know. We're playing a game that's we're playing a game that we're playing a. Have you ever played a computer game? Any kind of computer game, whether it's chess or checkers or shoot 'em up or whatever, and the computer has different levels of hardness that you can play against. And I don't know if you've ever tried that or not, but we're playing against the hardest level that you could ever imagine. Their algorithms, the market makers are needed. They provide the liquidity for the markets to function smoothly and to provide us an opportunity for a place to trade so that the markets can function. And they provide most of that liquidity within $2.70 either side of the price point. But they also buy out of range, far out of range, like when they were down at 101.07, and like when they were shorting up at the 320 range for 2 weeks, pre-market and after hours. They did it relentlessly every day afterwards. They have millions and millions and millions of dollars were shorted up there. Not enough for Grandpa to call it a place of substance. But does Grandpa believe they're going there? I absolutely do. And they're going to. You will see 320 in your future. Because these guys, they play the long game. Okay, we talk short game here. No, Grandpa's getting a red candle, and I did get one a little bit shorted. It's most likely going to be a bear flag anyway, possibly, and I'm not worried about it because I believe that tomorrow they're going to get up near that 213 range, pull the plug, and go right straight back down to 203, if not lower. But that's only Grandpa's opinion. But I do know that Grandpa's opinion on 203 is the positive. You will see it. Absolutely, you're going to see 203. You're going to see 200. You're going to see 197. That's positive. I don't know how many times I can say it. You're going to see 280. Okay, so let's talk about what are these guys up to. The market makers are accumulating long positions. They have been accumulating long positions for well over a month. Since 269, that's your golden number. That is where they have massive substance on the top side at the bottom of the rung. And they can make another place of short substance where they're selling. And they will. Lots of them before this is over. Before it gets back up to 269. And that's what you got to keep clear in your head. That the 269 is the major number. They came within 6 cents of that number. And they turned the bus around and they went straight down here. Okay? And the reason for that is that's where they're massively short. That's where they have sold. And once they go through that area, then all the long positions that they've activated now. I don't even know how much it is. It's so massive. And they're accumulating more. Every chance they get, they are plucking up long positions. You gotta understand this. They are long. The market makers might take you to $100 in the next couple of weeks. But the whole time they're doing it, they're long. They're long from just below 169 all the way to where they are now, and they're not selling those long positions. They are keeping them. They are keeping them, and if they go to 150 or if they go to 100, they are going to have more long positions that they are not letting go of because they don't need to. They are playing the long game. The market makers play the long game, and we're trying to play the short game in a long game. What advantage do you have on these guys? How can you beat a computer that is so massively more intelligent than we are at playing this game that 99%, we're looking at a 99% plus loss rate. How do you beat them? I know how you beat them. The way that Grandpa beats them. How you beat them is the computer has a flaw because they don't have your brain. You got a brain. Use it. Grandpa uses his brain once in a while, not too often according to Grandma, but yes, I do. And if we use our brain, the market makers tell us where they are buying and where they are selling. All we have to do is watch it and understand it. Watch it and understand it. You have to clearly understand what they are doing. And Grandpa does. Now, so we have a huge advantage. Every single place that I've told you of substance, they have gone to, except 269 to 280 again now, through that area, and except 203 to 197 area, they haven't gone there yet, but everything in between. And listen to my previous live streams. A friend of mine said, Grandpa, you need to toot your horn a little so people understand what you're talking about. No, we got a bunch of guys that are stuck with shares long up at 160 area, 150, 140, everything in between right now. And they're wondering, should I bail? What should I do? Well, what Grandpa does is I buy some when she's down on the bottom. I take a chance. I buy some. And I sell some up above. And I keep what I had originally, and I just keep going back and forth and take what they give me. And I lower my average. But I don't dump enough of my shares to bother me if it takes and runs up to 269 and then to 280. I want to have some shares when it hits 280. I ain't going to bail out here and let these bad boys run up on me. I don't want nothing to do with it. If you're at 160, the worst case scenario that's going to happen to you is you're going to make $20 on every share. All you got to do is wait. and I suggest you do that. Piddle around and sell one or two here and there and grab a buck or two and rebuy a buck or two down. You don't have to. Pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. And, what else does Grandpa know? So the market makers are playing the long game. When were they down there? January 2nd of 20, at the beginning of the year. We're coming up on that. Traditionally, the markets jump to beat the band in coming the middle of November. The end of October is usually a low spot. That's why I think we have a chance of seeing 269, 280 before we see 101, because I absolutely believe at this point there is no way that they went down there and bought at 101.07 till 8 o'clock the other night, and pre-market besides, times 500 shares a blink. They didn't need to do that, but they did it. And I think that they've been holding shares since January 2nd of 23. I think they've been holding. I think they have a place of substance already down at 101. I think I've said that in the last live stream, and I'm going to say it again and again and again because I believe it. And when I catch them bad boys buying down there again, I'm going to really scream it. They're going to go to 101 sometime. Do I know when? January, February? Doesn't really matter. All I know is they're going to do it. But they're also going to do 280. You know, I wonder if this is helpful for you guys. I have no idea. Okay, so in short term here today, pre-market, they goofed around. We're buying up at 224.77. Do I think we're going to see 224.77 tomorrow? Absolutely not. Is there a chance with these crazy Teslas? Pretty exciting. Yeah, they can do it. 254 pre-market, 254 bucks plus actually. Pre-market, they were blinking pretty good at that. But it's. I just don't put a lot of relevance on it, other than something that could blow through in a heartbeat anyway. 269 is your important number, and 197 on the bottom is important. 203 has got so much substance. I expect a bounce off of it. Can they just walk right through it? Absolutely. They're blinking 203 right now 40 times a minute. It's phenomenal what they do. They're also buying at 201 times 1. At the same time, are we getting a red candle? Yeah, that's why. Guess they're doing both of them at once, and that pulls us down. Are you going to see it before the close? It's possible. These guys can run us down there if they want to. Do I care? Not really, other than the fact is second I get off here, I'm going to put in some more buys at 203. Grandma bought a bunch at 203 the other day. But Grandma's smarter than most of us. You know, she's sitting on 200 right now. And what I'll do with Grandma is I'll sell a bunch of hers, $5-10 up, and wait for another little dip, and we'll all have fun. Grandma likes to lower her average just like everybody else should like to do it. And I haven't really talked about this because it's something I do. It's something that Grandma can do, but it's not for everybody. Some people just want to hold their shares, and that's fine. Then hold them. You're going to see 280. Got nothing to worry about. Just have a little patience. I think we're going to see by mid-December at the latest. I think we're going to see it. I could be wrong, but we will see it. Which is going to come first now, you guys? Remember when we used to talk about when it was in the middle for a period of time there in the 150 range, and we were talking about, are we going to see 280 first, or are we going to see the 225, 209 area first? Which one's coming first? Remember live stream after live stream when we talked about that? Which came first? Well, first they went up to 279, then they went down. But your number is 269. When they go through there, then they're going to be looking at selling. Then they're going to be looking at taking profits. How many longs are they going to build up? They are building long positions. Every time they take out a stop loss, every time somebody panic sells, they're grabbing them shares. They're just so happy to get them. I can't even tell you. That computer is playing a game, and it's called Gather Long Positions. The game that the algorithm that the market makers got is playing a game, and it's called Gather Long Positions. They got money. They can hold stuff as long as they want, and they do. But it has to go through the number for them to activate those longs. All these ones at 203 right now, we blew through that the other day. It cleaned out 203. We went down to 202.50, right? All right, so right now, and this might help clarify things a little in your head, times 4, they're buying 400 shares per blink as we speak at 203. They're also buying at 250 cents or whatever. It doesn't even matter at this point. We have a range of 197 to 203. But they're blinking 40 times a minute at 203. That's 400 shares per blink. That's a lot. That's a lot of substance. But they're not activated. They've committed, they bought them, but they don't they're not activated until they go through 203. Just like where they went through 205 earlier this afternoon, okay? And Grandpa snagged a bunch at 205 to go up. And I sold some of them already, all right? And I look like a genius because I'm not. I'm only Grandpa. My grandkids, some of the little ones think Grandpa's smart, but the older ones don't. Because I'm not. All I understand is the blinking. And candles. I'm going to move my mouse so you know I'm alive. See this? That means Grandpa's alive. And we're going to go through the charts. I just want to talk about 203. 203 is in your near future. The market makers are going to go there because they want more long positions, and they built it into a place of substance. They have massive substance there right now. That means they got a lot of long positions waiting to be activated. A lot. They got a lot at 200, and they got a lot at 197. But we got to go through 203 first. And when they break through 203 by a few cents, all those longs are theirs. Are they going to dump them? No. They're not going to dump them like Grandpa has to do at 213. Or they're going to dump them up around 280 and 300 and 320. That's where they're going to dump them. These guys are so good at what they do. They have advantages on us. One of their main advantages is they have money. They can sit on it, and they do. They take months to make something happen. We want it to happen quickly. Well, the algorithm, we gotta think in a little more in their terms. If you want to piddle around, it's like if you're going to do a put tomorrow and it expires tomorrow based on 203, well, my goodness. It'd be your luck they go to 204 and turn around and go back up until Monday, and then they'll go down there. You know, Grandpa likes. I know one of my guys really did good today. Made really good money on his put. He had a put, and I don't know where he bailed out a little before 205, and he did absolutely terrific on his put today. Grandpa's not an option guy. I don't like it because they deteriorate with time, and I'm not techie enough to run the thing good enough to be able to go in and out like I can with a share. Maybe one day, if that guy ever comes to visit that I'm talking about, Pastor Keith is who it is, if he ever comes up here, he's tried to help me over the phone, but Grandpa's so slow. It takes Grandpa a long time to learn stuff, you know. But I know one thing. I know how to make money. A lot of money. Grandma knows how to make money too. And you can make money. If you buy at 203 or 200, don't panic. Just keep them. Just if you bought at 260 and we get a bounce up, sell a few. And put the price back down at 200 and wait for it. You're going to win. You're going to get your fill. You'll get your shares back at a lesser price. But I don't trust them. They can take off like a heartbeat. Boy, is this thing blinking at 203. Wow. 203, and also, did they pause? 200 is blinking too. So 200 and 203 are blinking, and they're just dragging us straight in the basement. I think we're going to see 203 long before we see Grandpa's 210 that he's trying to get. Tomorrow morning I'm going to get it though, and that's just fine. I like I say, the second I get off here, I'm going to put in some more buys down in the 203 range because I want more shares, and it lowers Grandpa's average. Grandpa wants as low average as Grandma's got. Grandma's got a good average because Grandma knows stuff. Why is it that Grandma has a better average than Grandpa, and Grandpa puts all her orders in? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You'd think she was playing the game. I'll tell you, Grandma's a genius. Right now she's at the church cleaning, I think. That Grandma. Okay, well, let's go through the candles real quick. Oh, look at this, a beautiful sell signal in the 5 minute. It's usually good for $4 or $5, sometimes up to $7 in the 5 minute candle. 15 minute is a dirty sell signal. The reason it's dirty, if this candle here was green that's engulfed into this big green one, it would be a clean sale signal, but it's not green, it's red. That tells Grandpa that it's more than likely a bear flag that'll probably take us to 203. That's what it tells Grandpa. Grandpa knows stuff. Okay, yeah, we got a dirty sell signal in the. We actually, if you want to know the real truth, we have a buy signal still in the 30-minute with a 4-minute long red candle. You don't even know if this candle's going to be red right here until it's 20 minutes old, and the candle's only 4 minutes old. So we don't even know it's a red candle. And not only that, we don't have a reversal. The 30-minute is actually a buy signal currently. Okay, the hourly. What do we got going on in the hourly? Oh man, what a mess. We're moving sideways. This is not engulfed into that. Oh man. We've got like a dirty buy signal at best. It's moving sideways. We're not going nowhere fast. We might go to 210. Or we might go to 203. But the hourly is just it's not telling us. So we can't run with it. The 4 hours got something to say, however. The 4 hours absolutely sell. We came down, we got a bull flag in the 4 hour, and we got a sell signal again, and she's off to the races. We got the sell signal right here. Big candle engulfed by a small, the body of the next one, and red, red, red. This green one was just a minor bull flag to throw us off, and off we go. This bus is going to 197. That's Grandpa's opinion. But, in the 4 hour or the daily, in the 4 hour, it can move. It can retrace $10 or $7 or $8 within the candle. So, you got to understand that. If you're playing candles, you got to know something. Grandpa knows something. Daily. Okay, daily. Absolute sell signal. This candle is just about complete for the day. It's going to be red. Earlier on, we didn't know. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. That daily can take us to 170, even 150 area going down without a problem. 170 range easily. Weekly. I don't want to look at the weekly. Oh, yes, you do. You want to get more shares at 101.07, don't you? I do. Who cares at this point? Boy, I'll tell you what. One thing Grandpa ain't going to do. I didn't know the blinking back when I just loaded up at 104. I'm telling you, I own so many shares, I can't even tell you. And I sold them. I made a $12 profit. A $12 profit. And I'm depressed over that because it went straight up to $2.99. Well, anyway, Grandpa knows more now. Grandpa, I got 9 months under my belt with this blinking, and I'm telling you, every day I gain a little more knowledge, a little more, and they show me a little more what they do and how they return over and over to different places and the game they play. It's phenomenal. You should see that blinking at 203. And now they're down at 199.50. They must really want to pull this bus down. We might see 200. Whoa, boy. I hope so. Okay, so here we are. Did I ever mention that this candle over here is over at 414.50 is over $100 candle. I think I mentioned that every live stream. Over $103 in one candle. Making a weekly candle for $100 for these guys is like a walk in the park. So, what's that mean for us? It means that they can retrace easily in a weekly candle $40-50 in either direction, and they do. And you got to have patience to play that game. You got to have patience. If you're short, hold out for 102. I'd front run them a little bit. Hold out for 102. If you want to do a lot, you better put it into next year though. Don't be doing no put thinking you're going to get it next week, because you're not. Well, not unless all the World War III breaks out. And I know Israel went in there last night into Gaza and took out a bunch of their anti-tank stuff and a bunch of their minefields they cleaned up. And they're getting ready. They're getting ready, and I believe they're going to go in and try to get the hostages out and teach Hamas hopefully a lesson. I really hope it doesn't end up being a world war. I pray that it doesn't. I just do. Okay, so this candle absolutely can take us down past 101.07. Not this candle, the weekly candles. It took us up, and it will take us down. Matter of fact, it took us down from over here. We were up at 315. Remember back when we were in the 314, 315 area? I remember that time. And it seemed like forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. 8 weeks for 2 months. We bounced back and forth into the 215 area and off of it. They moved sideways, and when it snapped like a rubber band, and it went down $212 or something like that. Okay? That's what a weekly can do. And did they give us a pretty sell signal? They absolutely did. And they gave it to us over here. Here's your actual sell signal in the weekly if you're looking. I'll educate you. It's right there. The big candle. The next one is engulfed into it. You got this is basically a bull flag, in Grandpa's opinion. This one is engulfed into the previous over here, right here. And so is this one, and so is this one into the very first one over here. The only candle that they threw us off with is this one. Oh, they're good at what they do. And that was a weekly candle. You know, they're all weekly candles. And we come over here, it would have took nerves of steel to hold that 8 weeks from here. You would have actually got in when you knew this was a red candle. So you would have shorted probably on this one in this week here. And you would have been thinking you were pretty stupid at that point, because you would have been in at around 293 at best, probably 292. And they took us right back up to 315. You look like an idiot. Okay? Or you could have waited for here, but she went up pretty fast. So, but yeah, you would have picked up a couple $100. Well, somebody's going to short up here in long term and do a put, and they'll make a ton. Get out at 102. front run 101.07 a little bit, just in case. You if you're making $100 run, you can give up a few pennies just to be safe. Okay, so here's your weekly. She's got the potential. Can we take and do a bull flag here and bounce up to 280? 280's right here. It would be nothing more in the weekly to go to 280 than a measly little bull flag to go to 280 that seems so far away for me and you is nothing for that algorithm they got running their stuff, their computer. Just a little bull flag and right back down. They do it all the time. They do their little bull flags all over the place. Here's one right here. What's the bottom of this bull flag? All right, so we're looking at 212.50. Okay, the top of it is 298, 297. Oh, gee, that's crazy. Or am I looking at the? I'm looking at the grandpa's. The grandpa's one is crazy. Okay, so let me look at this one. Who knows what grandpa's looking at? All right, I will do it. I'll do it on this bull flag here. Okay, so on this one here, I started down here 212. Right here we got 278. Okay. They can easily take us to 269, 280 without even making more than just a little bull flag. And then they can continue to 101. And that's kind of what Grandpa thinks they're going to do. Do I know it for sure? It's my opinion. Grandpa don't know anything. Except Grandpa knows they're going to go to 203 and 200 and 197 in your near future. That's what Grandpa knows. See you later. All good things are from the Lord. Eternity is forever. Eternity is forever. Think about it. God bless you, and we'll see you. Hey, I'm going to do one later today maybe if